Hello everyone, this is Bob and Threadbare, and welcome back to The Witcher 3. So, this is the upper-class whorehouse in town. It's a much nicer place than the one down in the lower town.
Ducks? My eye. I wonder how much she's paid for contorting so awkwardly.
More than we pay our staff.
Oh.
That's,
Indeed. And they do honest labour, not wiggle their asses in others' faces.
If she wiggles any more, her tits will pop out of her dress. Has she no sense of decency?
Y'all are still staring at her.
White Wolf, welcome to the Passiflora. Oh, no sign of recognition in your eyes?
Greetings,
Don't fret. I'm sure I look quite different from when we last saw each other.
which was...
Oh, eons ago. You and Master Dandelion appeared, 2 halflings in tow. What a smash they were, the little chaps. We recount that night to this day.
So the, staff hasn't changed since then?
Oh, of course it has. It does so incessantly in this business. Burly Berthy married a merchant, Ella struck out on her own, and you'll likely find Cerise praying at the temple. I alone remain. So, shall I summon the girls? Just remember, this is a decent establishment. Pause to yourself to start with. And our girls are well-mannered. The range of subjects they discuss in detail, I myself find it daunting.
Well, I'm not here for any of that.
I'm curious. You play Gwent?
Certainly. Though for high stakes exclusively, of course. In fact, the game would be exceedingly boring without the risk.
Up for a round?
Why, yes. Let's play.
No, I don't know. I'm getting some fair enjoyment out of this, even though I don't see any physical recompense from it. Oh, looks like she's playing the same leader card as mine. Alright, Nilfgaard means we'll need all of the weather cards we can get. I've got one of my spies, but, well, I'd like to get more if I can. Well, at the very least, I got the one out, and I got some frost, which should help take care of any more spies that end up in the front row. I don't think I can do anything about the spy on my side just yet, but I will be able to resurrect him once we get to the second round. Until then, I feel like I should stall. But at the same time, I mean, I would like to win this first round, if that's possible. Oh! She gave up. And I don't have too much for the second row. But hey, I can at least get us down to a tie. And now this, because it's a tie, is the final round. See how it goes. Oh, got 3 men in the Imperia Brigade. That'll come in handy. Ooh, so does she. Or she's at least got 2 of them. I don't want to stick my neck out too far. No. I knew it. I knew she'd have a Scorch. That's why I was so hesitant. Haha, I finally got one of my own spies out. Or another one, anyway. Now we're rolling. Although I still haven't gotten one of the decoy cards. Oh no, torrential rain. because that matters to me. Yeah, might as well. This is the last round. Any card I don't play is just not getting played. Ooh, I see. Yeah, I'd say it's about time to get the Imperial Brigade out. See how we stack up. Gotten up to 12 already. And she is down to 2 cards now. I do have that advantage as well. But if I go above 14, then if she plays Scorch, if she had another Scorch, and it seems very likely that she did, then it would have hit the Imperial Brigade. Because they would have surpassed everyone else. Just like so.
I fail to understand how I lost that. Ugh. I believe this card belongs to you now.
Know any other players willing to stake rare cards?
In Novigrad, Siggy Reuven's collection is famous. You really should challenge him.
Siggy Reuven, eh? That name sounds vaguely familiar. And it looks as if I've...
Could it be that all roads lead to the Passiflora? Welcome back. When I look at you, why, I almost regret I'm no longer on active duty.
Actually, I'd just like to buy something.
Because she sells cards. Also a lot of wine, but who cares about wine? Let's see, what else? I should really swap out the active trophy. I don't need a chance to dismember.
Take care now.
Honestly, no one needs a chance to dismember. Alright, so at this point, I figure it's a good time to... yeah. Not doing high stakes just yet. Still fairly high level compared to me. And despite being a card tournament, level does actually matter for that one. I mean, you'll see when we get to it. But yeah, all things considered, now seems like a good time to continue with the main plot instead. So let's head back to the Gate of the Hierarch and have a talk with good old Zoltan again. Tell him what we've learned about,
Heathen.
Okay. Tell him what we've learned about Dandelion's various flames and friends.
How are you keeping, Bobby? Monsieur Zoltan, you old bum? What's this? Haven't even drunk her water? Naughty bound. Now repeat. Savory crackers. Ah, you're back! You met Poppy? You ought to start talking any day now.
Zoltan, venture to say a mage would have trouble turning that owl into a parrot.
Sure you know me that well. Mark my words, she'll be playing Gwent with us in no time. But we were to talk about Dandelion. So, how'd you do? Learn much?
It's a very curious looking shackle.
Tell me what you've got first.
A few bruises and a torn doublet. Otherwise, not much of note. He wasn't staying with any of them. I've not seen hide nor hair of him in ages. All I learned was a few of Dandelion's pickup lines. Of dubious worth.
Think I might have something better.
What are you waiting for? Let's have at it!
Women on my list hadn't seen Dandelion in a while. All claimed he had been acting strange. Also mentioned he'd been seeing someone else. Thing is, Mystery Woman wasn't on my list.
What's she supposedly like, this lass?
Blonde, from Kovir. A Troberitz, apparently, named Kalanetta or something like that.
That makes it clear as crystal. It's Priscilla. Aye. Must be her.
Who's this Priscilla?
A Troberitz, like you said. Quite popular of late. Picture Dandelion with a pair of tits and you've got the general idea.
Interesting image. So how'd Dandelion handle meeting his female double?
I think he fell in love.
Dandelion in love. Actually, truly in love.
Oh, yes. Laddie's head's on fire. Lassie's got him whirling.
All right. Guess we gotta talk to her.
Priscilla works with a mummers troupe. Reynard and the Foxen. Whenever they're in town, she performs nightly at the Kingfisher.
Mean we've been sentenced to an evening of poetry?
Must you always? This'll be true poetry, Geralt. You'll see.
Yep, that shackle is not the color of ordinary iron or steel. Makes you wonder. Especially since we know someone who has a tendency to turn into owls to move between places. Sadly, there's no way of following up on those suspicions just yet. Anyway, Zoltan, as you can see, has cleared up the common room pretty nicely. He's also... Ah, yes. Dandelion practicing his profession. In more ways than one.
Eternal fire, why me?
Okay, so I guess you don't have anything to say.
What village are you from? Willows. It's in the area 2 days' road from the Zima.
I bloody well told him not to stick his arse where he don't belong.
Didn't do no harm, not at first. Till guerrillas attacked their garrison, that is. Then they set out all rules alight.
What? You hadn't done nothing to it?
Nilfgaardians are strict masters. Exact punishment for every crime, even if they can't catch the criminal.
Anyway, as Zoltan said, the next destination is the Kingfisher Inn, which is that big inn that is just off of Hierarch Square. And for some reason, the dotted line is pointing me towards the back entrance of the building instead of the front. There is that trap door out back, but there's no way of getting down there.
Collect bounties.
I believe it will need to be during the actual evening for this. Maybe I should do this outside, just in case. Okay.
Here already. Come on, let's find some arse rests. Should start soon.
Why do they have a table for her to sit against instead of an actual chair for her to sit on?
and for your tender caress, to bind our fortunes. Damn what the stars own. Rend my heart open, then your love profess. A winding, weaving fate to which we both atone. You flee, my dream come the morning. Your scent, berries tart, lilac sweet. To dream of raven locks and twisted, stormy, of violet eyes glistening as you weep. The wolf I will follow into the storm, to find your heart, its passion displaced by our ever-growing, hardening into stone. Amidst the cold, to hold you in a heated embrace. You flee, my dream come the morning. Your scent, berries tart, lilac sweet. To dream of raven locks and twisted, stormy, of violet eyes glistening as you weep. I know not if fate would have us live as one, or if by love's blind chance we've been bound. The wish I whispered when it all began, did it forge a love you might never have found? You flee, my dream come the morning. Your scent, berries tart, lilac sweet. To dream of raven locks and twisted, stormy, of violet eyes glistening as you weep.
So you probably guessed this, but the song is about Geralt and Yennefer. It's probably composed by Dandelion. I imagine Geralt's feeling a little bit awkward at this moment.
I know him! 'Twas him murdered some Temerian boys back in White Orchard.
Silence, woman. We've come to hear music.
A murderer? There's a war on. Some die.
Oh, please, argue this out elsewhere.
Squabbles and rows again. And I was told this was a decent establishment.
If I know Geralt, he risked his noggin to save someone else's arse.
Save, you say? He murdered folk.
Don't let him provoke you.
There's the door. Settle this outside.
Come. I wish to listen to music. Music!
Cultural capital of the world? The fuck it is.
Permit me to introduce this here's Priscilla, known also as Calinetta, as lovely as she is talented. And this
is Geralt of Rivia, I know. Dandelion's told me a great deal about you, and I've listened with bated breath. Don't be surprised. After all, doubt I could think of a more fitting subject for a ballad than a witch's love for a sorceress. Or should I say, sorceresses.
Seems Dandelion was meticulous in telling my story, down to personal and insignificant details. Did he offer anything about himself, like where he was going?
Splendid. Very funny, truly. So, see you later. Not here. Come with me.
So I guess he hasn't been hanging out with Ciri this whole time.
There a reason for all this sneaking around?
An excellent one. When last I saw Dandelion, he told me he was planning a heist. Siggy Reuven's vault.
Sheepdom.
And I've not seen him since.
Reuven. What's he like?
Tall, fat, dangerous as hell.
Limp in his gait. Left leg.
Sounds like a lame rock troll.
If trolls were devilishly intelligent and had a flair for crime, yeah, I'd agree.
Dandelion breaking into a vault. I'd sooner expect him to choose a life of celibacy.
True. Forgot to pay for his way into Passiflora once. Made awake the next 3 nights worrying about it.
Any idea what got into him? He have debts he needed to pay off?
Claimed he was helping someone. Urgent matter that couldn't wait, he said.
This someone, Dandelion mentioned their name?
No. But if I know Dandelion, it's her name he failed to mention. As he failed to mention her slender waist and ample bosom.
Let me guess. Attempted heist was a failure.
Well, he's not driven up in a gilded carriage laden with jewels, so I should think so. I've asked after him everywhere, but it seems an army of tongue-stealing cats has overrun the city. I learned only that he raised a ruckus at Whoreson Jr.'s lair. Then Whoreson's men chased him all over town.
Whoreson Jr. Doesn't ring a bell.
Biggest prick in Novigrad. Not literally, but...
Got it. You're not a fan. But what did he do to you?
Try the whole town. He's one of 4 bosses who control the city's underworld. The others being Siggy Reuven, Carlo the Cleaver Varese, and the King of Beggars.
The rascal. At least they didn't cross the church as well. Bring that venerable institution into it. We'd be in deep then.
Here I go again, rushing to Dandelion's rescue. He ought to pay me a salary.
Wherever he is, I sincerely doubt he's in the mood for jokes. Nor am I, in fact.
Relax, I'll get him out of this. Gotta talk to this Whoreson first. And Siggy Reuven. Know where I might find them?
I don't know about Whoreson, but Reuven runs a bathhouse. Careful though, he's a dangerous character.
So am I.
I don't doubt it. But Dandelion's not. I beg you to hurry it. Let me know as soon as you learn anything.
Well...
Geralt!
Tell me, you and Dandelion, how'd you meet?
At a poetry tourney in Ellender. Naturally, I'd already heard much about Master Dandelion. And it proved true. At first, I thought him a bloated, narcissistic buffoon.
Just at first.
Well, only cows don't change their minds. I changed mine when he came to congratulate me. Never expected he could lose so graciously. Dandelion can be irritating, I shan't deny it. Yet, I also know he can be fair and noble at times. Well, I very much doubt I could bear to have him around were it not so.
I see. I get it. Take care now.
Alright, let's see here. She's got one of her own posters in her dressing room here.
Stare any harder and your eyes will pop out.
Who's staring? Anyway, I'd like to apologize ahead of time for this next section. It's going to cover most of the rest of the video. The short version is that technical difficulties have meant that this next part will have a bit of a dip in terms of frame rate. Now, hopefully it shouldn't be too disruptive. I did want to warn you ahead of time that it's coming. And
anybody there? Open up.
the technical difficulties will also recur several other times throughout this LP.
What's the fuss? The bathhouse is closed.
Need to talk to the owner. I know he's here.
I'm not sure that matters, as he's terribly busy.
Busy? With what?
Entertaining important guests.
In that case, tell him there's another one at the door. Geralt of Rivia. And I'm not leaving till I see him.
Very well, I shall try. Please wait.
Siggy Reuven cordially invites you to join him. I'm happy. The meeting is in the baths. We will pass through the dressing room so you can leave your clothes.
Let's go.
You may disrobe here. Your equipment will be safe. Splendid. Siggy Reuven awaits in the next room.
Hey, Whitehair. Nice bum you have.
You were right. He doesn't blush.
Off his hand and ordered them to shove it up the corpse's arse. And then he sent the body back.
Cleaver's is bigger. He's more like a horse.
I'm a wild ass. Care to try me?
Also got an invite, chose not to come. I'll show you what
Does it
is
loop back on
us.
itself?
Easy, Cleaver. Orson Jr.'s a dead man. I'll have my scribe send you a notice.
You don't have a scribe. And we'll eliminate Junior when, and only when, all of us say aye. Reuven, your guest.
Why the fuck you let him in here? Because I want to talk to him. This is Geralt of Rivia.
Good to see you again.
As always, I'm out the swiving loop. Who the fuck are you?
I'm a witcher.
Problems with your plumbing? Nah, it's under control. Geralt's a friend from the old days. Although...
Got intruders. Someone just snuck inside the bathhouse. Several men.
What the fuck's he on about? Ploughing fortune teller?
Assassins! Please, no! Ah!
Bloody hell. I fucking knew it.
Any weapons tucked away?
Just a few. First ever party with my prick hanging out. Ah!
Gotta be careful with this one, since you don't have any of your armor and you are using a poor substitute for your regular weapon. Actually taking quite a bit of damage, as you can see. Nice. Oh, they got the last one.
Good work, gents. Terribly sorry for that incident. My security failed. I'll get to the bottom of who, why, and how. They were Whoreson scum. That's the bottom of who and how right there.
Don't start that again. Especially not in front of our guest.
Who pranced in right before they attacked. Coincidence? Why do I doubt it? Let's give him a chance to explain.
Not gonna introduce me to your friends?
Good thing happens not here. He tanned the hide on my arse for being so rude. Francis Bedlam you know, but then who's not heard of this patron of the fine arts and supporter of entrepreneurs of limited initial means? And the dwarf's Carlo Veres, known also as Cleaver. Carlo's in entertainment, mostly.
I'm looking for Whoreson Jr.
Interesting. What do you want with him?
Junior's gonna help me find someone.
Horson's not helped a soul in all his miserable life.
I'll ask him nicely.
See, Cleaver? Perhaps if you'd not called Junior an uncle fucker and asked him nicely, he'd have showed up today.
Gentlemen, you out of your fucking minds? A chat session? Horson's out to get us, and he'll succeed eventually. We've got to kill him first. So by all means, you sit here, soak, fart, and watch the bubbles rise, while I send my boys to Horson's hidey holes. They'll make some noise, flush the bugger out. And you, geriatric, or whatever your ploughing name is, want to find Horson? Find me first.
Any clue on Junior's whereabouts? Be grateful for any lead.
Siggy? It's worth a try. Geralt's got a knack for finding people, and he's discreet, a value in itself.
Leave you to it then.
I'll look in on you tomorrow, Francis. Finish our talk.
So how about we get dressed?
Sure. Then we'll talk. In private. Right mess that was. Never thought I'd be glad to see the man responsible for my taking frequent baths.
If you're any cleaner for it, gotta say it was worth breaking your ankle.
It healed poorly. Can you believe it? I must soak it in hot water at least 6 times a day now. Failing that, it bloody pounds like the bells of Beauclair at dawn.
I had my reasons. Your leg would be fine if you hadn't gotten in my way.
I see. Well, I promise you that if I could go back in time, I'd do things quite differently on Thanedd. For example, I'd have my men kill you instead of just tying you up.
Listen, Reuven. No, Dijkstra. Just not in the mood for your code names, passwords, and other bullshit. I'm here on specific business. If you want to listen, listen. If not, I'd rather you spared me your wit and threw me out now.
What's the harm? Talk.
Think Cleaver will find Horson?
He might not. But he'll burn down half the city trying. What waste? Leave him to it, I say. Work alone.
Any ideas?
Junior's got areas of the city where he's strong. Penetrate them, look around. But be discreet. None of this speed and fury and swinging your steel cock about.
Pretty clear you and Bedlam don't want a war with Junior. Why?
Let me tell you what I told King Vizimir time and time again. War doesn't solve any problems. It breeds trouble. Trouble you then have to solve by other means. Make no mistake, someone's behind Horson's actions. I'll not end him until I know who.
Your partner's aware of your past? They know you're Sigismund Dijkstra, former head of Redanian intelligence?
Cleaver, Bedlam and Junior. Well, I'd call them our partners if we'd built a mill to grind flour for the folk of nearby hamlets. But we just need to stay out of each other's ways, agree from time to time. That doesn't make us partners. Do they know who I am? Was. Bedlam, sure. The others most likely suspect, but we just don't talk about it. No need to.
Makes sense to ask around, I guess. Junior might be in hiding, but he's got to be collecting income. Couldn't afford to cut himself off.
Gambling, that's his big earner. Junior controls the largest casino in town. I'll never forget. Hierarch Hemmelfart raised all kinds of hallowed hell there once. Bug a bet and lost his ruby ring. Then there's the arena in the city's bowels. Betting scheme generates near as much as the casino. They're always looking for hired muscle there. Suppose you could always search Horson's house, though I doubt you'll find him there. Maybe some clue, though.
Where's Junior's casino?
Near the Temple Watch Towers. Horson's got naught to do with the casino officially, so careful what you say. Try not to arouse any suspicions.
Arena sounds promising. Where's that?
Sewers beneath Gildorf, but you'll have to enter through the pits, endure the stench of poverty on the way. Now, Junior loves a good fight. Wager he'd give a lot to see a real Witcher in action.
Mentioned Whoreson's got a house. Where is it?
Solid townhouse on Temple Isle, just on the other side of the bridge. Wouldn't wager me knickers on finding him there. Junior's not that stupid.
See if I can't find Whoreson at the casino or the arena. Might talk to Cleaver as well, though.
Do what you will. Just be cautious. Whoreson's expecting payback, I've no doubt.
Thanks for your help, Dijkstra.
Just go, Witcher. And if you can't find the slimy bastard, come and see me. I know him well. Might figure something out.
You in contact with Radovid?
See, you're as witty as ever. No, I'm not in contact with him. I prefer it remained that way.
Never quite forgave you for conspiring with Philippa Eilhart?
Radovid doesn't forgive. Not anything. Not anyone. And especially not the sorceress of the lodge.
Philippa Eilhart. Had any news?
Just good.
Meaning?
After Radovid popped her eyes out, she disappeared without a trace. If I've any luck, she's finally eating dirt.
Thought you two were close.
We were, until Philippa sent assassins after me.
From Master Spy to Master Criminal. Interesting progression.
Why? Truth be told, they're awfully similar. Both about maintaining a net of informers, being tough in negotiations, bribing officials, the occasional assassination. Same old shit.
Yeah, except you used to do that in the name of some ideal. And now?
Now I've decided I've slaved enough for ideals. It's time I worked for myself. And thus far, it's been going rather well.
Ever play Gwent?
I do. Gwent's like politics, just more honest. Care for a game against an old master?
Yeah, let's play.
All right. And this would be the other reason to continue with the main plot. It's a great time to play a game against good old Dijkstra. So yeah, Dijkstra is from the book series, and the fact that he has left the Redanian Secret Service and become a criminal mastermind in Novigrad, all of that is from the books, up to and including the name Siggy Reuven. And of course the Patriot is playing a Northern Realms deck. And of course the Spy is playing a Spy deck. Just wait. We're really gonna start going soon. Yeah. Seems like a good idea, good time to murder that card. Don't need an 18 on his side of the deck. Hasn't really done anything though. Not with the Spies, I mean. You just know he's going to. He's taking his time, though. Oh, yeah. Clear Skies full test. Good use of him. And sadly, I can't use my leader card anymore either, because the, here we go. Yeah, the only rain card I had is the one I just played, the one that was in my hand just now. Really should have exchanged that one. Oh, and there's the other weather cards. Can't go for rain again. You can at least equalize a bit by doing this. Oh, I don't know. Can't resurrect anything. And as far as a hand goes, this one sucks. I mean, I managed to draw extra cards, but all the extra cards I drew were weather cards. Hooray. At least I managed to beat him with only 2 cards in my hand. And now I can actually bring some of those cards back, using all of my resurrection cards. Fortunately, he appears to have heroes to spare. Yeah, I've lost. I mean, I can at least get some of my cards back by, yeah, I can't even do rain, so it would come in handy right about now. Don't know why I'm even bothering it. I should just concede now. Save myself the heartache. Yep. It's close, but it's just not happening.
Know what? You should really stick to killing monsters.
Got a minute?
I do.
Time for a round of...
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were talking about Thaned. There was a coup d'etat that took place there. Dijkstra was involved in it. It got messy. And Dijkstra tried to ask Geralt to let him have Ciri. Geralt disagreed strongly, and ultimately this meant that Geralt deliberately crushed Dijkstra's angle beneath his foot. Here we go. Man, we're getting a lot of stuff out of the spies here. And I haven't even drawn any of mine. Even now. At least I'll have one more shot at it in the next round. Yeah. But yeah, so we do hear more about what Dijkstra gets up to during the rest of the books. But he and Geralt never again meet face to face. Alright, fair enough. Leader versus leader. So yeah, much like Kira Metz. Kira is never actually, Kira and Geralt never meet again. But we do find out more about what they get up to throughout the rest of the book series. It does not solely stick to Geralt's perspective. Alright, let's see what we can do. Somehow managed to get halfway through my deck without drawing a single one of my own spy cards. But, you know, I've got a fairly strong hand. It's not necessarily going to be another loss on my part. And since I usually only keep in one loss per character, well, that's some good news for me. That being said, we are definitely going all in on the front and back rows here between us. So let's see what he can do with 5 more cards. Not enough, it looks like. For someone with a Clear Skies leader card, you got way too many Clear Skies in your deck, dude.
Not bad. See you don't have Esterad Tyson in your deck. Here, he's yours.
Thanks. Know anyone else I could win some cards off of?
I know an elf you might try. Got an excellent card in his deck. You'll find him beyond the city walls, where the Scoia'tael stragglers have their shanty town.
Got a minute?
I do. What do you...
Listen, Dandelion's missing. Any idea what might have happened to him?
Same thing that happens to anyone who steps on Junior's toes.
Meaning?
He's surrounded by splendid virgins who ply him with sparkling wine and pastries stuffed with nightingales' tongues. Come, Geralt, what do you think's happened to him? I reckon he's at the bottom of the Pontar, trussed up with the strings of his own mandolin.
Loot.
Far as I'm concerned, he might as well be rotting down there with a goddamn trombone.
You wouldn't happen to have a bone to pick with Dandelion, would you?
Course I do.
You serious?
Dead serious. Dandelion published a sonnet recently. Second stanza, the shit uses paired couplets instead of an inserted rhyme. Surely you understand how deeply offended the poetry lover in me was. The bastard shan't get away with it.
I was being serious.
As am I when I say I have exactly no time to worry about your gigolo boyfriend. Got me own problems. Problems you might be able to help me with. And if you did, why then I might be inclined to ask after Dandelion, establish what happened to him.
I'll get paid on top of that, right?
Nothing for free, eh? Did you bargain this hard when Emma wanted to hire you?
Who told you?
What do you mean, who? Emma did.
Haha.
I could never reveal my sources to you or anyone else. It would be fucking unprofessional. But we've chatted enough. Yeah, I'll pay you. Count on it. So, can I count on you?
Maybe I can help. What do you need?
I'd rather show than tell. Picture's worth 1,000 words and all that tribe. Ah, and you do realise, if you say anything about what you see here to anyone, it'll mean a razor between your ribs.
Figured as much.
Excellent. One last request. Oh, let's call it what it is. A command. Don't draw your sword unless I ask you to.
So apparently Dijkstra is not aware that Dandelion is responsible for the heist that took place. Apparently underneath his bathhouse?
Be so kind as to follow me.
Hey Dijkstra, I'm stealing all your water.
Oh, Bart, stop that, now!
Bart, mad. Bart make Ziggy lose, Jonathan.
Beating your head against the wall won't change that.
But her. But less thinky. But less thinky. But sadless.
Where'd you get the troll?
From Zerrikania. Won him. Card game with a camel merchant.
Your jokes are getting better by the minute.
See me smiling? I'm dead serious.
But I bumpy horses. Hot there. Siggy but take. Good Siggy.
Well, fair enough.
Don't seem to have trouble communicating with the troll. Why'd you bring me down here?
Take note of that hole. We'll come back to it later. And see that door? Vault behind it, until recently filled with Novigrad crowns and countless other valuables.
But God, then boom! Chorford go!
Translating into common, someone fucking made up with nearly 20 tons of my gold, and all the lighter stuff. And you will help me get it back.
Why don't you handle this? Gotta have connections in the underworld. What do you need a witcher for?
The gold wasn't mine alone. See, I run a members-only savings club, a bank for the initiated. For reasons that should be obvious, I prefer it if my temporary liquidity problems remained private. So I need an outsider.
How do you know you can trust me?
I don't. Counting on your survival instinct. Slip up, and I'll kill you. Feed you to Bart.
But sorry. But job that good.
Fine. I'll help you.
You're not exactly bursting with enthusiasm.
Witcher mutations. They strip us of emotion. I'd be jumping for joy otherwise. All right. Ought to look around. But first, some questions.
I'm all ears.
Anyone see what happened?
Other than Bart? No. And the vault's location is known only to the treasure's co-owners. Well, and the thieves.
What about upstairs? Anything unusual happen in the bathhouse the day of the break-in?
No. Happen swears it was calm as ever. The usual customers, no incidents. Bloody bucolic.
How much was it all worth? Got an approximate idea?
Why the fuck do you care? Figuring your finder's fee. Don't get your hopes up.
Know you too well for that. Just prefer to know what I'm looking for.
3 crates of Nilfgaardian florins, a chest of emeralds, rubies and topazes, silver candlesticks and platters. I could go on.
Shiny, careful. Oh, God.
Take it the thieves got in through the hole behind you.
You're a regular fucking master sleuth. Any other brilliant deductions you want confirmed? The year, maybe? Bloody name of Redania's king?
No, but I am wondering, for instance, how that hole got there.
Hole no. Boom. Hole. But look, won't go. But look, no. Only sleep. Bad shoes. Head falls.
Boom. Can you elaborate?
Boom! Big. This like.
I'll elaborate. Explosion. Big enough to blow that fucking hole in the wall, separating the vault from the sewers.
Gotten pretty good at communicating with this troll.
Lots of prior experience. Worked with idiots my whole life.
Bad mushrooms? What's that about?
Hops mold. The spores are highly toxic. One whiff and you're dead. Unless you're a troll, that is.
Yes. But. Troll.
Not talking to you, dimwit. Where was I? Ah, mould spores. They cover the walls of the sewers other side of the vault. Actually thought it was a good thing, you know? A bit of extra protection. Thieves found a way through it.
Bart, you see them?
Part through hole. Want see boom, got what? Breathe, shroom. Sleep go. Your phone gone. Bad troll.
Now. Stiff upper lip.
Try to track down the thief yourself?
Of course. I had this lummox Fonce, thick enough not to ask questions. We knocked back some Pop's antidote and entered the sewers. Soon after, I returned alone.
What happened?
Lad started belching something horrendous. I mean, burps with so much mass the walls shook. Told him, Fonce, stop. You're in the presence of a count. Well, former count, but still. And then he puked up. Up came most of the antidote. Lost his protection. Tried to pull him out. Then I heard a bubbling. Something crawled out of the water. I value the lives of my men, I do. But I value my own even more. Dropped Fonce and ran like hell.
Mind describing this something that crawled out of the water?
No. Doesn't mean I can, though. Air in the sewer's thick with spores. Can hardly see a thing down there.
Must have noticed something. Was it...
No! Didn't notice a fucking thing. Didn't do a taxonomic field analysis either. I know it's an inconvenience to you, but I felt I should get the hell out of there as fast as I could.
Should look around the sewers. Got any more of that Pop's antidote?
I've a few vials left. Got the formula too. Disgusting swill, to be honest. But it'll save your life. Here.
Thanks.
You've naught to thank me for, literally. You're no good to me if you suffocate. Listen, I'll be upstairs if you need me. Sight of this empty vault's giving me an ulcer. Good luck to you.
Dandelion, what the hell have you gotten yourself into? Hey Bart, got a minute?
Minute. But no minute, got. But rocks, got. Rocks want?
I mean a minute to talk.
You mean? But nice.
One more time. Can we talk?
Siggy you like. Talk me with.
Anything suspicious happened before the robbery?
Suspicious. But no understand.
Something not normal. Something strange. Maybe you saw, felt, heard something?
Yeah. But here. His.
What kind of hissing was it? Like a snake?
No. His other. Not animal all that.
Right. So, like what?
Like... rock?
A hissing rock. Mm-hmm. The hissing. Where did it come from?
But... his here... in love tree.
What?
Where... but... turdy dump.
All right. Let's change the subject.
Good. But time got. Your phone go. But God, now nothing.
Why do you like Siggy so much?
Siggy good. Siggy can't take part.
He locked you up, alone, underground. Don't get bored down here? Not much to do.
When but not much do. But think. Lots.
What about, if you don't mind my asking?
Rocks.
Rocks?
Rocks interesting.
Thanks for your help. So long.
Long. Long. Long.
Alright, Bart. You live your best life. And by the way, when he says chorfun, he means fortune. Anyway, I think we now know why Dandelion was so interested in mold and fungus. I'm talking to the one, yeah, I think he was talking to the school teacher for that one.
Edges curled out. Something inside blew it wide open. Wall too. Bathhouse drain pipes seem to converge here.
And I guess that's why he was looking into the bathhouse's, blueprints. Anyway, I need that Pop's mold antidote. If I can find where it's ended up in my inventory here. Maybe it's already equipped. Oh, yeah, sure enough. It's ended up in my consumables list already. Which means it kicked out one of my regular potions. Or actually, it kicked out my food.
And I thought Witcher's potions were vile. Pipe's great. Explosion crumpled it like a piece of paper. And there's mortar on the bars. So it was in place at the time of the explosion. Blast tore it from the wall. No traces of magic. This was no spell. It was a bomb. Now why am I not finding pieces of it? Could be the current swept them away. Bits of pipe clear over here. Must have been one powerful blast.
And this is the part where you would start dying if you didn't have the potion.
Fine grating. Couldn't push much through that.
Which means that the thieves did not put the bomb in place from the sewers. Yeah, quite a bit of stuff over here. If you see the minimap, it says to follow the...
Definitely came through here.
It says to follow the current, and you can see the current as that long blue line in the minimap. Also, there are drowners down here. I guess that's what Dijkstra found.
The thug Dijkstra hired.
Probably shouldn't put your foot just right on his chest there. Yeah. So the presence of drowners down here is not too surprising, but it does imply that the thieves must have had some muscle around in order to take care of them.
Getting close.
Of course, they would also need some muscle just to, you know, carry all of that loot with them. And of course, they must have had the Pop's mold antidote, because clearly, while it is not common knowledge, it is something that you can find on your own through research. And therefore was not as protective as Dijkstra would have liked. Someone else knew that Pop's mold was the type of fungus down here. Yeah, the game does not expect you to be up here. Or at least it does not demand that you be up here. And so while there are containers you can empty, there's nothing related to the main quest. Or at least the current quest.
Gold coin. Trail ends here. Dandelion must have loaded the treasure onto a boat.
No way to follow it from here.
Bottom of a container. Silver cylinder, most likely. Runes etched in the bottom. It's warped, probably by the explosion. Bomb part. Must be. Smells like wyvern oil and caramel. That'd be it down here. Time to see Dijkstra.
Hydrocarbons. You can get a lot of power out of pure sugar if you know how to process it. Oh dear. That would appear to be the meat that Dijkstra feeds to the troll. Including, several different varieties. Alright, looks like that's all of the person loot around here. Just a bunch of plants aside from that. Oh, no, that's the main door. Dijkstra's place is just down the corridor.
Got a minute?
I do. What do you want?
Done. Examined every nook of the sewers near your vault.
Well, learn anything?
Bits of treasure dropped out of the crates. Left a clear trail. Like the fairy tale, with the crumbs.
I know the one. Hansel, Gretel, burning witches. Very fitting for Novigrad.
Trail leads to the river where the sewer lets out. Breaks off there. My bet, they loaded the treasure onto a boat.
Yeah, a cart drawn by sewer rats does seem unlikely. And since boats don't leave trails, it amounts to fuck all.
Seems to me a bomb blew the wall open. Look.
Bottom of a silver cylinder, probably. Covered in runes. Interesting. Any idea what it contained?
Recognized some ingredients by their scent. Wyvern oil and sugar.
Sugar? Geralt, I'm in no mood for jests.
Nor am I. Just saying what I found. Bomb contained sugar.
Let's think. Sugar would react violently with sulfuric acid, but not so violently to cause an explosion.
Didn't know you were versed in alchemy.
Dabbled in it a bit, while at Oxenford Academy. But this is no time to reminisce. You're to find my treasure, not write my biography. Know anything else about this bomb? Anything at all?
Bomb went off inside a drainage pipe embedded in the vault wall. But the grate at the end of the pipe was in place when the blast happened, meaning...
The bomb must have found its way into the pipe from inside the bathhouse.
Exactly. Might have gone something like this. Perpetrator started emptying one of the pools, then dropped the bomb down the drain.
The bomb flowed down with a runoff, came to rest on the grate, and, to quote Bart, big boom.
Drain pipes are only promising lead. We just need to know which pool it's connected to.
Yes. Appen keeps a record of guests. Should be able to tell us who used that pool the day of the break-in. You've not done badly.
Feel honored to be acknowledged.
Oh, that famous sarcasm. I missed it.
Really?
About as much as I'd miss a knife in me knickers. You inspect the pools on the right, I'll take the ones on the left. Holler if you find anything.
Alright.
Nothing interesting. Something floating on the surface. Oil, looks like.
Just a bit of a transition to get through there, and back at the full frame rate.
Silver lid. Matches the cylinder bottom I found in the sewer. Dijkstra, come here.
Got something?
Yeah, bomb part.
Happen. Drain pool 4, and bring me the guest book. Chop chop.
By the way, what about Happen? Could have overheard you mention the vault. Has access to the bathhouse whenever he wants.
Happen has numerous flaws. He's pompous, pretentious, can be a real prick sometimes, ironic as that may sound. But his loyalty's beyond question.
How can you be so sure?
Witches know their monsters, spies know their men.
You trusted Philippa Eilhart once too.
True. But I didn't pull Philippa Eilhart out of a Kaviri prison the night before her execution.
Let's see what's on the bottom.
Happen is also a eunuch, by the way. That's what all the references are about.
Grate's been removed from the drain, meaning they flushed the bomb down here.
Happen. Who used this pool the day of the break-in?
Let me see. Bertolt Heinz, town councilman, Josef Schweik, brewer, and Margrave Henkel.
Henkel? That's impossible.
Impossible? Why?
Old Coot's been eating dirt since last winter. Couldn't have been here the day of the break-in.
He's dead? I've not heard.
Not surprising. The Honourable Margrave croaked in a brothel, decked out in leather lingerie, so the family held a hush-hush funeral. But I have my sources.
Yeah, I saw him that fateful day, Mr. Reuven. I'm certain of it.
Did you speak to him? Get a good look at him?
No. He merely passed by on the way in.
So you didn't see Henkel? You saw an impersonator? Think for once! They scooped out your balls, not your brain. And you, Geralt, start looking into this.
Fine. Where should I start?
Henkel's home. Derelict townhouse south of the main square. You might happen on some trace of this scoundrel we're looking for there. Well, off with you!
Yes?
Well, any looking into it we may do, we'll have to wait until next time.